Ahar Vihara Paricharya is very important in educating about. By then she was already 8 weeks pregnant. So we didn't have much time to work on her body. Ahar Vihara Paricharya is very important in educating about this endometriosis. Because what is endometriosis is the endometrium, which is supposed to be inside the uterus, is going elsewhere in the surrounding structures. So why this is happening? Now children, they don't want to understand the Ahar Vihar Paricharya during menstrual cycle and the so-called television ads also. ये पैड लगा के तुम कुछ भी कर सकते, you can do roundabout jumping also. Yeah, they don't want to see the repercussions. Like okay, आज आप कर लोगे, सब कुछ काम कर लोगे, white कपड़ा पहन के, because you are using that so-called pad, you can run about, you can do everything. But what about the repercussions? There is a reason why that set of rules is there, that during periods you don't have to do this, you have to do this. Why that is there? There's a reason for that. So that is one major cause for endometriosis. And endometriosis leads to adenomyosis. Adenomyosis leads to fibroids. The pattern is there, because what we are seeing in patients who are having endometriosis, after a couple of years they will get adenomyosis. Not directly, no patient will come with adenomyosis without endometriosis. First step, they will get endometriosis, subsequently adenomyosis, then fibroids. So do's and don'ts, Ahar Vihar Paricharya is very important. Now Nashtarthav, Anarthav. So Anarthav, again the results are questionable. We cannot produce results in all cases of Anarthav. Nashtarthav, that secondary amenorrhea. So I had a girl who came from Gujarat in 2020, and I said, like, my treatment is very demanding. You have to come and meet me like whenever I say, maybe at least 10 times in a month. How will you manage? She said, no ma'am, anyways this is COVID time. I will take a house here and stay, because anyways it is work from home. That attitude I really loved, and that is why I remember that sentence. We started giving Punsavana. I started working on her different hormones, and whatever on earth I did, she never got menses. She never got menses. But I had a gut feeling that if I do Uttar Basti, that might help. So I did Uttar Basti for her. And because she never got menses, by the time I did Uttar Basti for her, it was mid-March, March 2020. So after a couple of scans, all the scan centers shut down because of COVID. She did not have access to scans. And I had a gut feeling, okay, she is going to ovulate. And I said, okay, now we don't have access to scans. You have intercourse every alternate day, and let us wait for the result. She is thinking it is Pitta, it is acid peptic disorders, and all that conversations are going on in her mind, like she didn't step out of the house, so that is why it is mostly depression and blah blah. And but her mother told, no, this is not like you are not liking some food or pitta vitiation or some vomitings. This is something different. This vomiting is something different. She got pregnancy test, she was pregnant. Somehow she came to me, and by then she was already 8 weeks pregnant. So we didn't have much time to work on her body, because in these special type of cases, like I told earlier also, when bija is healthy, fruit will be healthy. We had this lapse of 4 weeks. She was already 8 to 10 weeks pregnant. So whatever supportive medicines we had to give were missed out, because her pregnancy test was late. And of course we did scanning, we tried to give whatever supporting medicines we have to give, but still we lost that. At 12 weeks that growth was not up to the mark, and we had to terminate that pregnancy. But the attitude of this girl, ma'am, without getting menses also I got pregnancy. That is only important for me. Meanwhile, she got seat in IIM Ahmedabad. She said, no, I choose to take treatment and continue to stay here. After this MTP, she started getting cycles every month. So she was very hopeful that she will definitely conceive. I was giving her FSH injections. I would tell my staff, like, sister, you give. No, ma'am. You should only give that FSH injection also. I don't trust anybody's hand now. I have been to so many doctors, and I have suffered so much. She was around 35 by the time she came to me. So she was very particular that injection also I will not take with anyone else, you should only give. And she did conceive, and she is blessed with a baby girl now. She conceived in 21 and 22 she delivered. She meets me every few days, she comes and meets me. She says every time I see her, I get your name in mind. So complete when my patients share so much of love. So in cases of infertility, detailed history is very important. Like, you know, for the present postgraduate doctors, like we do this Darshana, Sparshana, Prashna. Here are three modes of history taking. No, so in Darshana, like we have Sparsha, like anteverted or retroverted uterus. Then accordingly we can guide the patient. And like in most of the cases, wherever I see that there are a lot of adhesions around uterus, they will generally have bad history of appendicectomy, like either their appendix ruptured or something, and those cases they generally have bad adhesions which is causing habitual abortion because there is no space for growth. And coming to donor sperm, I already told about Mahabharat incident also. So that is how you can educate them. In first go, nobody is willing. When you want to say donor sperms, no, first thought they will dismiss. What is this rubbish? What is she talking? That is their first thought. Later on, you can educate them, and you know, for a woman's health, being mother is very important. They can be prevented by breast cancer and so many different kinds of uterine cancers, cervical cancer also after childbirth. So you can educate them like, okay, even if it is donor sperm, she will be prevented with so many different kinds of problems. It is very difficult to, you know, always convince the patient in their good faith only. Earning little money out of that donor sperm therapy is not important, but the pleasure you see in their eyes is more important. So I had a case, she had undergone 3 laparoscopies in a span of 6 months. Okay, so for PCOS. So her husband was like, okay, I'm fine by not having children. I don't want children. You will lose your life if you are still at the back of children. Like I wanted, she is adamant, like I still want. In that state, she came to me like, my husband doesn't want children. I mean, he's not willing for any treatment now, ma'am, but I want a child of my own. In that state, she came to me where her husband was not willing for the treatment. She would say some reason and come to me. Every time she was coming to me. One, like I'm going to temple and go there, whatever stories. Our mode of treatment is Uttar Basti also, which is 5 days commitment. So 5 days, what reasons she will give? One is every day she has to commute. Number 2 is no intercourse. So that was the most challenging part, which she cooperated. Every day she would call me. I gave Pushpadhanva Ras for her husband because he had high liquefaction time. So that was the only medicine I gave because he was not willing. And every day she would call me and ask me, can I make this powder and mix today in tomato soup? Can I mix in pav bhaji? How can I camouflage the taste of this medicine? Can I mix in sambar today? Every day she would ask me, like, because that is reddish in color, Pushpadhanva Ras. So every day in some red ingredient she would powder and mix and give him. Every day she would call me, how can I mix this today, doctor? Till then he was not there in the picture. After one Uttar Basti, she's